Let us just start one time with a word of prayer. Let us pray. Gracious, loving Father, be with us right now as we enter into your word. We ask of you to remove all obstacles from our understanding and to help us to see clear visions of truth from the scripture, that we may be edified into maintaining sin-freeness, so that we would be truly your representatives, and that in this experience we would prepare for the end which is swiftly coming. These mercies we ask of you, thanking you for hearing us and blessing us. Amen. Amen. Okay, my dear brethren, just before I start, let me just thank again my dear sister J.C. for this lovely gift that I received. This gift is a sign of the times. Okay? She presented me with this, with 5 copies, different copies of our teachings in Braille. In Braille. So this is for the blind. What do you say? So we have the pattern of the true gospel. We have rediscovery of sin-freeness. We have the miracle that is the Bible. We have man's purpose and meaning. And we have grace and love. All of them written in Braille. What do you say? In other words, this is a sign that we are out to make even the blind see. What do you say? So I want to thank you very much for this presentation. But always see these things as signs of what is to come, okay? We just start here. It will not end here. It will go much, much more further, okay? Now today, we want to have a particular study. Let me write down the name of the study for you. So we want to look at 4 different ways of handling sinful situations. Now we might not be able to touch all 4 because we are going to take it step by step. But you see, we are living in such terrible times now that we need to be sure that we can handle ourselves well. What do you say? You need to be sure that you possess your own souls, as Christ put it, or possess your own experience in endurance. Because the trouble that is coming is to make us give up the faith. Trouble is coming. Just this week, there was an earthquake in Greenland, and before you know it, tsunami came, take 35 houses away at one time. People were killed, washing people out to the sea. A lot of strange things are happening. We had one little storm. The weather people didn't even give us the right specs about the storm. But we had one little storm, and look at the damage it did. Do you think we can take the direct hit of a hurricane? What if a terrible earthquake were to come? This country will be absolute chaos. But we must remember that we are living in the end times and things like these will happen. What do you see? So for this reason, we want to look at 4 different ways of handling ourselves. We know that we are going to be facing tests from the powers that be. They will test your faith. We know that terrorists will attack the church. We know all these things that have happened wherever we are in the world. And that is the reason why we need to have the faith of Jesus Christ, the only sure protection. What do you say? Yeah. So as we start, I just want you to see a little religious test being given in the American Congress to a Christian. Observe, this man is supposed to be conferred in a position. The position has nothing to do with religion, but they're using his religion to judge him. Let's just take a look at this ministry. So what you will see here, you will see the testing that he faced. You and I must answer better than that. What did he say? And you must not be afraid. Stand for your faith. because trouble is coming.
Their letter states, and I quote, "We write to express our deep concerns about the nomination of Russell Vogt to the position of Deputy Director of the White House Office of Management and Budget. Mr. Vogt has denigrated American Muslims and the Muslim faith. His writings demonstrate a clear hostility to religious pluralism and freedom that disqualify him for any appointment, including that of Deputy Director of the OMB." So, for the record. In the piece that I referred to that you wrote for a publication called Resurgent, you wrote, Muslims do not simply have a deficient theology. They do not know God because they have rejected Jesus Christ, his son, and they stand condemned. End of quote. Do you believe that statement is Islamophobic?
Absolutely not, Senator. I'm a Christian, and I believe in a Christian set of principles based on my faith. That post, as I stated in the questionnaire to this committee, was to defend my alma mater, Wheaton College, a Christian school that has a statement of faith that includes the centrality of Jesus Christ for salvation. And
again, I apologize. Forgive me. We just don't have a lot of time. Do you believe that people in the Muslim religion stand condemned? Is that your view?
Again, Senator, I'm a Christian, and I wrote that piece.
Well, what does that say?
The statement of faith of Wheaton
I understand that. I don't know how many Muslims there are in America. I really don't know. Probably a couple of million. Are you suggesting that all of those people stand condemned? What about Jews? They stand condemned too?
Senator, I'm a Christian.
I understand you are a Christian, but this country is made up of people who are not just. I understand that Christianity is the majority religion, but there are other people who have different religions in this country and around the world. In your judgment, do you think that people who are not Christians are going to be condemned?
Thank you for probing on that question. As a Christian, I believe that all individuals are made in the image of God and are worthy of dignity and respect, regardless of their religious beliefs. I believe that as a Christian, that's how I should treat all individuals.
And do you think your statement that you put into that publication, they do not know God because they've rejected Jesus Christ the Son and they stand condemned, do you think that's respectful of other religions?
Senator, I wrote a post based on being a Christian and attending a Christian school that has a statement of faith that speaks clearly with regard to the centrality of Jesus Christ in salvation.
I would simply say, Mr. Chairman, that this nominee is really not someone who is what this country is supposed to be about. I will vote no.
United States. And yet Bernie Sanders, who went up for elections on the Democratic ticket, right, to be president, is questioning this man of his religious faith, and when the man shows that he believes in Christ, he doesn't think that that is what the country needs. Well, I don't think he is what the country needs, because he's going against his very own constitution, and you are supposed to have been going up for presidency. Now this clearly shows us that if they have already started to do this, you will be tested for your faith before the government, before the world. You have to show you have the faith to stand better than this person. Amen? Amen, brethren? Just let it go on. you see how the Muslims attacking Christianity, quote and unquote. They don't make a difference between true and false. But this is not even reported by the media. In fact, they cover up for them. The Muslim that went and ran his vehicle on London Bridge, killing people and stabbing people, he was saying, this is for Allah, this is for Allah, as he stabbed people to kill people. But when the BBC bring it across, they cut off that part where he was saying, this is for Allah. So they are protecting them in their wrong. That's why something like this can happen. Look at the Muslims crucify a Christian. Watch out. This is in the Philippines. A Catholic church in the Philippines. Look what's happening.
Sige, ito pa. Meron ako. Meron akong lighter.
Okay, so we can stop right here. So we can stop right here because this is just to show you what we are up against. Is that understood, my dear brethren? And things are going to get how? Worse and worse. That's the reason why you have to really be honest. You have to be sincere about your Christianity. You have to stop compromising. You have to get a proper understanding of what it means to be a true Christian. And you have to maintain that understanding. I can show you 100 clips like this, but I think today 2 is sufficient to let you understand how late time is, and events that never happened before are happening now. In our generation, where do you ever expect the American Congress to put your faith as a reason why you shouldn't get a job? Did you see that? This is how late time is. This is the trouble we are facing now. And this is the reason why you need to make sure you pay attention to the scriptures we are going to touch here. Because we are going to give you 4 different ways of handling sinful situations, which is really 4 different ways of dealing with your own self. We will see how far we can go in each before we close off. But we have to pay attention and to participate. Our first chart here, which we will look at in the scriptures, shows us the central importance of faith in salvation. Listen to me carefully. If faith was mere believing, a human being having the ability to believe, it could not have the central part it played in salvation. Because believing is just to accept something as truth. People believe every day. But you see, faith is not believing. And that faith that has a central part in our salvation, as you observe, the just shall live by faith. It is not sin if it is what? By faith. Because the Bible says clearly to us that faith is the reality here that causes us to be sin-free. So if it is not sin, it is by faith. If it is sin, it is not by faith. Is that understood? We are told keeping the law is made possible by faith. That's what your Bible tells you. Keeping the law is made possible by faith. So if a person has problems with regards to the law of God, then they're supposed to check the faith of Jesus Christ. What do you say? Also, we are told the heart is purified by faith. Believing doesn't purify your heart. And this is the reason why you need to get these things clear. Is that understood? The studies that we are going to be dealing with deal with faith as the central part of it. And hence the reason why you need to understand what the Bible says about faith. If you observe, we are told the victory that overcomes the world is what? Faith. That's what the Bible tells you. We are told we are saved by what? Faith. We are also told we give glory to God by faith. If you want to give glory to God, it has to be by what? Faith. This is what your Bible tells you. The Bible tells you we are sanctified by what? Faith. So we want to look at these scriptures here that shows us the important part faith has to play in our salvation. But it also helps us to understand that faith cannot be believing. Is that understood, my dear brethren? It cannot be trusted. It is something outside of human ability, as you will see as we go through scripture. So let's start quickly here from scripture. Yes, brother?
Yes, I'm asking the question now. Since it is the victory that overcomes the world is the faith, in the case with Mr. Bernie Sanders, one would say, look, the Christian man is answering him according to his faith. Right? So how would we pray that? In a case like this, how would faith apply there?
That gentleman who was answering, he needed to have the right understanding to answer Bernie Sanders. The first thing you should tell Mr. Bernie Sanders, you are a congressman, aren't you? Yes. You believe in the Constitution of America, don't you? Yes. Look, it says no religious test should be given for anybody to hold any position, right? If you are a senator, you are not doing your job properly. How can you sit to judge me with a job I haven't done as yet? And whether I like Muslims, religions or not, what does that have to do with doing checking money? Or doing public works? If you want to judge me by my faith, to tell me I cannot hold that position, then your lack of faith means you can't hold your position also. So resign. In other words, the kind of understanding they need, but you see, these people are weaklings. Their teachers have made them weak and incapable of functioning properly. And that we do not want. What do you say, brother? We need strong people today who will bind the evil with faith. What do you say? It is not weaklings that will conquer this world. It is very strong people. And if you allow yourself to be made a weakling, then expect yourself to go nowhere. Learn to be strong. And to be strong to the truth. What do you say? Stop being a problem to others and let sin be removed from your existence. So much of us have so much petty little problems you can't believe. The world is being destroyed and our problem is some little thing somewhere in the house. It's time for all these petty problems to go. And let your problems be what the world has. To deal with it, what do you say, brethren? Instead of actually having to turn all your energy and all your forces upon your own self, it's about time to turn it outside. What did he say? It's about time to arise and get stronger. So now let us look at some scriptures in Romans 1:17 first of all. Beautiful scripture. Observe what it tells us here. It tells us the just. That is somebody who is what? Justified. They live by what? Faith. Notice it, live by. Did you just get that word? Live by. So daily, you are supposed to live by what? Faith. Notice what it tells us here, verse 17. The last part of that verse says, the just shall what? Live by faith. Did you see that? Did you see that? The just shall live by faith. Do you know what that means? It means as in living daily, you're supposed to live through faith. Now it can't be true believing, because the devils believe and tremble. So faith is something else apart from believing. But we are told that the just shall live by faith. Did you see that? Let's look at the next scripture again. Romans 14:23. Please help your neighbor to find it if you do not know where it is. Let's quickly go. Romans 14:23. Observe what it tells us here. And he that doubteth, right? The actual word there is not even doubt. The actual word there is being made undecided. He that is being made undecided. It says, and he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not out of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is what? Sin. So if it is not of faith, it is sin, then it follows. If it is not sin, then it is by what? Faith. Do you get that, my dear brethren? So we are clearly being told that faith is so important that it makes what we do not sin. So if you do not want to sin, then find out what faith is. And let faith determine your functions. What do you say, brethren? Let's look at our next scripture quickly. Romans 3:31 again. Romans again, 3:31. Romans 3:31. Observe what it tells us. Quote. Now you have to read it in the scripture. Do we then make void the law through the faith? That's the actual Greek text. Through the faith? What are we told? God forbid. Yea, we want establish the law. So in other words, the law is established in our lives. There's established law keeping in our lives through faith. So keeping the law is made possible by what? Faith. Did you see that? Keeping the law is made possible by faith. So if you want to keep the law, you have to understand how faith could cause you to do what? Keep the law. So why don't you take your scriptures and work it out? Ask God to show you how faith could make you keep the law. So that you would learn to keep the law through faith. Once you're doing that, you are scriptural in your life. And if your life is scriptural, it cannot be sinful. Is that understood, my dear friend? Let's quickly look at the next scripture again. 1 John 5:4. 1 John chapter 5 and verse 4. Please help me be able to find it. If they don't know where, or help them to find it quickly. 1 John 5:4. Notice this beautiful statement here. Notice this shocking statement here, I should say. Right? 5:4. It tells us, for whatsoever is born of God overcometh what? The world. Did you see that? Notice this. For whatsoever is born of God overcometh what? The world. So when you say overcome the world, what are you talking about? It tells us, this is the victory that overcometh the world. Even what? Our faith. That's right. So we know for sure our faith is supposed to make us overcome the world. So when we are born of God, we are given faith. So the faith we are given when we are born of God makes us overcome the world. Is that understood, my dear brethren? That shows the crucial importance of faith to make a person overcome the world. Is that understood? Yes, brother.
Quick question. I just wanted to explain in terms of what the world is in this scripture.
When it says that the world, it means the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. In a summary, right? So when it says the world, selfishness of the world, greed of the world, lust of the world, pride of the world.
It will be answered in 1 John chapter 2.
Sorry?
It will be answered in 2 John chapter 2.
Of course.
Right.
So now, let's look again. We are also told that we are saved by faith because salvation is obviously through faith. Now let's just look at that. 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 9. 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 9. Have you found it? It says receiving the end. The actual word there means completion or the perfect realization. Receiving the end of your faith. Even what? Didn't hear you? So the goal of your faith is the what? Salvation of your soul. So in other words, faith is so important, it makes you be saved. Amen, brethren? That's the reason why you need to understand it. And you need to see how it works in dealing with sin. That's the reason why you need to do that. Now let's look again. Another scripture again. Romans 4:20. Romans 4:20. Quickly. Romans chapter 4 and verse 20. Is it from? It says, he staggered not at the promise of God through unbelief, but was strong in faith. Doing what? Giving glory to God. So the point about it is, you want to give glory to God? Just have faith. Anybody who says glorify God, and glorifying God is important. That's why we were created. We were created to glorify God. That's our highest purpose. Not to please feelings that we call pleasure, quote unquote. Not to please feelings that we call pleasure, quote unquote. That is a depraved kind of thinking. But to glorify God, that's why we were created. I'm here to do what God expects us to do. Why we were created, you do it through faith and belief. Did you see that? That should show you the importance of what? Faith, and the centrality of faith in our salvation. Let's go on again. Our hearts are purified by faith. Acts 15 and verse 9. Acts 15 verse 9. Notice what it says again. And put no difference between us and them, purifying their hearts by faith. Did you see that, my dear brethren? So our minds are purified by faith. Now what does that tell you? It tells you, since faith can do all of those good things in us, it is good to learn what this faith is. What do you say? And to be sure that you have this faith. What do you say? Amen? Because the just, those who are justified, shall walk. Live by faith. That's what your Bible tells you. Let's look and see we are also sanctified by faith. Acts 26:18. Acts 26:18. It says this. To open their eyes and to turn them from darkness to light and from the power of Satan unto God, that they may receive what? Forgiveness of sins and inheritance among them that are what? Sanctified by faith. That is where. So Paul had the same faith that we are supposed to have to be sanctified. Amen, brother? So the point about it, we are sanctified by faith. Did you see this, my dear brother? Now from all this that we have said, it is evident to us that faith plays a major part in our salvation from the beginning to the end. No. From beginning to forever. Amen? Nobody was going to say the end. Tradition in our culture. But from the beginning to forever, faith plays an important part. You're not going to be in heaven or the new earth and not glorify God. Amen? So if you're glorifying God, you have to have what? So that's the reason why we want to pay a little attention to see the importance of faith in these 4 studies that we're going to have, to see the importance of faith as an instrument in our struggle against sin, not with sin. Mind you, you cannot find a scripture in the Bible showing somebody struggling with sin. Sin is not something you could struggle with. It is something that God removes. Amen? There's no scripture where you are promised to struggle with sin successfully. You will get scripture showing that God removed the sin. And your struggle is to make sure it doesn't come back in. What do you say? Amen, brethren? That's the reason why we're going to look at these 4 types of plans to handle sinful situations. What do you say, brethren? Amen? Amen? To maintain sin-freeness, right? Sin obviously must play a major part, right, of the whole process. And it must cause success to us in all the 4 methods that we're going to look at. It must give us success in all the 4 methods we're going to look at. Okay? Watch this important scripture here. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. Now usually, when you meet those theologians or people who discuss it, and you ask them, what is faith? They all jump to verse 6. Let's look at verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him or to please God. Did you see that? Yes. That shows how important faith is. Without faith, it is what? Impossible to please God. So if you don't have faith, you cannot please God. Nobody can please God without faith. Is that understood? So it is showing us here, if you don't have faith, you cannot what? Please God. So what do you mean? Get the faith. The scripture shows you how you get it. We read. Read again. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to God must what? Believe that He is. Did you see that? Yes. Did you see that?
Yes.
And that He is a rewarder of them that what? Diligently seek Him. Notice that you must believe that He is. Paul is right here. So some people see the scripture and say, look, faith is believing. But this is showing you how you get faith. Because it says, without faith, it is impossible what? To please God. So how do you get it? He that comes to God must what? Believe. So believe is the means of getting faith. But it's not faith. Because when a person believes and they have the faith and they say the faith is their belief, people come to think faith is believing. There's a difference between the noun and the verb. Your faith is not the same as believing. Is that understood? Furthermore, believing is just a mental practice, but it is a means to get faith. So we are actually being told here, not what faith is, but how you get the faith. If you want to find out what faith is, Hebrews 11:1 tells us, now faith is. If the fact that it says now faith what? Is, it means it is going to tell us what faith is. But verse 6 is not describing what faith is. Verse 6 is telling us how we get faith. But verse 1 describes what it is. Is that understood, my dear brethren? Is that understood? So what we are going to do, we're going to start looking at these 4 different letters, one by one. But remember, it is all founded upon faith. Is that understood? Because without faith, it is impossible to please God. So it has to be grounded or founded where? In faith. So let's look at the first letter, which I just gave you a little touch on last week. Our first study is categories of tests. Categories of tests. Categories of tests. The chart here tells us that there are 2 types of tests the Christian faces. Listen to me, pay careful attention. The chart shows us here that there are 2 types of tests the Christian faces. The Christian face temptations test, and the Christian face endurance test. The purpose of facing those 2 tests is to ensure your what? Loyalty to God, and to ensure that you are full of what? Faith. There we go with faith again. Faithfulness. Notice the phrase. Faith what? Fullness. It's to ensure that you're what? Full of faith. Because without faith it is impossible to what? To please God. Is that understood? So the tests are to encourage 2 things. Encourage you to be loyal to God, and encourage you to be full of what? Faith. Because only when you're full of faith, you will make it. What do you say? Amen, brethren? In fact, Christ says if faith is even as a grain of mustard seed, you can move a mountain. What did he say? Because faith is important for your salvation. Is that understood, my dear brethren? Now, James chapter 1, verse 12. Let's start there. We're dealing with this test now, this type of test. James chapter 1, verse 12. All these tests and trials that we face, it is God allowing upon us to work on our what? Salvation. That's the reason why sometimes when a person keeps complaining of every little trial and so on, you know one thing for sure. That person needs to face it. Usually when they complain about something, that's what you need to face. Watch this. We read. Verse 12. Blessed is the man that does what? Enduring what? Temptation. Watch you two together, what? Enduring what? Temptation. Did you see that? Did you see that? Blessed is the man that what? Enduring temptation. But temptation is the subject here. Right? That enduring temptation. For when he is what? Tried. What will happen? Which one? The Lord had promised to them that love him. In other words, trial or testing by temptations is to ensure your salvation. Is that understood? And that is the reason why we are to face trials. Listen to me. Not because you're facing trials, it means things are bad with you. If you're facing trials, it means things are working out your favor. Amen. Because it is in trials that ensures your what? Salvation. But it tells us trials of temptation. This is the reason why as a man or as a woman, you have to face your type of temptations. Temptations that are peculiar to you, you have to face. We are not to outline it for you. But God knows what you have to face. And you have to face to become strong here. That is to make sure that you are what? Loyal to God. What do you say? And to make sure that you have what? Faithfulness, or you are what? Full of faith. That is what it is to ensure. Do you get that clear, my dear brethren? And this is the reason why, don't worry, be happy when you're facing that temptation, whatever it is for you. Amen, brethren? Let's go on. 1 Peter chapter 2, 19 and 20. Peter chapter 2, 19 and 20. You see, these tests are always to show us, you and I, as individuals, if we are faithful to obey God. Because many people may boast about, oh, they are Christian and oh, following Christ and so on. But then God allows us to face temptations or either an endurance test to show you yourself if you are truly faithful to Him. If you are truly interested in serving Him, that's why you face it. When you face it, you will know now if you are truly, really interested in serving Him. Let's look at what this tells us here in 1 Peter chapter 2, 19 and 20. For this is thankworthy if a man for conscience toward God endure what? Grief. What else? Suffering wrongfully. For what glory is it if when you are buffeted for your faults, you shall take it patiently? But if when you do well and suffer for it and take it what? Patiently, this is what? Acceptable with God. Did you see that, my dear brethren? Right? Because it is a sign of what? Loyalty to God. So that He accepts it. You're enjoying it. Your own faults are giving it causing you to have problems. You have to take the problems and enjoy it because it's your fault. But what if it doesn't start with your fault? What if it's somebody else's fault upon you? And you have to learn to face it the right way. Now, I'm not encouraging anybody to say any foolishness take from anybody. Because sometimes when people bring foolishness to you, it's for you to learn how to handle it. Yes. And handle it doesn't mean to say submit to every foolishness. There are times you have to learn to turn a blind eye, and there are times you have to learn just to pray, and there are times you have to learn to put your hands towards it and be proactive. What do you say? But when the Holy Spirit shows you to do what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it. But the important point here is when you do it to show your faithfulness to God. Because it is a test for you to show God that you're faithful on your part. So you see, something comes to you. Truth comes to you. It touches your conscience. It shows you a situation. When you face a situation, you could either transgress and pass it easy, or you could endure, or you could proactively deal with it and destroy it by faith. Amen. Instead of yielding. And what happens? That comes to you for you to show that you're faithful to God. What do you say? You say, do I have to show God that? Yes. Remember, God wants you to see about yourself. You have to know. Each person has to know how far they will go to be a Christian. How far they will go to serve God. Because some people, when you face certain things, that's where your Christianity ends. Now we are not talking about how to become converted here. We're talking about dealing with sinful situations after you are converted. That's what we're talking about. Watch again. Tests are also from God to show us if we can earn divine trust by being loyal to God. You say, what? Divine trust? Yes. Many times God made you face either a temptation or a test for endurance to show you if He can now trust you. Because some people, you can't trust them with the lives of others. You can't trust them with the ears of others. You can't trust them in the word of others. And if God wants to use you, you must have assurance that He can trust you. Because if He puts you now to help somebody, you can be more helping yourself. Are you listening to me? Yes. So there must be evidence that He can trust you as loyal to Him. Because you're full of faith. There must be evidence. You need to earn divine trust. Because some people, the moment you put them in the presence of somebody and they start to give a study, they start to show off themselves. Pride, self-exaltation. In the end, you think he was God himself sitting right here with you talking to you. You need to show that God can trust you when you are dealing with people. And that's the reason why sometimes God brings us in this situation, and when you face that test, whether it is temptation or endurance, it is to earn the divine trust. So God said, look, I could trust him or I could trust her to do such and such. They wouldn't do such and such. Let's find it out in Job, of course. 1:6-12. Job 1:6-12. Yeah.
It's common to think and to speak that we need to trust God, we need to trust God, but the flip side is there also.
That's right.
The flip side is there.
Yes. You need to earn the divine trust. He must be able to trust you in situations. And that's why when you see many people watch me, your work in the Lord is limited. Why? Because you could only go a certain path. But once it is to do other things, God can't trust you in it. Because if He put you there, you will ruin yourself and ruin others. Let me just tell you something. Watch me. Talking to a person's mind. Do you know what it is to talk to a person's mind? Let me tell you something. I had to learn all these lessons. Let me tell you, talking to a person's mind. Your attitude in talking to the person must be of such that when you finish with them, they learn to trust God more. They learn to depend upon God more. It must be of such when you're talking to the person. You have to make a difference between offense and conviction. Most people cannot do that except the Holy Spirit literally take control of you. And that is why I'm trying to tell you this, and I told this to you all before. Do you know what it is when you're actually talking to somebody with care for that person? Spiritual care. Do you know what it is? Many people have to learn that, you know. Many people when they talk is to show off themselves, to show what they know, to show how proficient they are, or to please some rat that they have. But you have to learn to talk to people with a kind of sense of care and genuine concern. And few people have that. Very few people have that. That is something the Holy Spirit, listen to me, when God builds that in you, He can trust you in a handling situation. He can trust you. Sometimes a Johnny come lately, fly by night as they usually call it, come. And figure, you just jump into it, son, you just off like that. When there must be testing. And the testing must have two things. They must have what? Temptation, and they must have what? Endurance test before they can do something good. Are you listening to me, my dear brethren? Yes. And then you can say things to help people. I had to learn to watch my mouth over and over for years. Learn to watch my mouth and learn what to say. And sometimes learn to say nothing at all. Because sometimes in saying you more destruction than if you don't see. Sometimes the situation is ripening, and if you say something, you make it get right faster. Whereas if you want the person to stay longer exposed to grace, don't say anything sometimes. Perhaps you might get a hold of it. And that is the reason why sometimes the very watch of the eye when you're talking to the person is important.
Yes.
The very watch of your eyes when you're talking to the person. Because people are personal. And the personalness of people is manifested through their eyes often. And you have to learn not to invade. You have to learn not to invade. And at the same time go far enough to help. Are you listening to me, my dear brethren?
Yes.
This is something only God can put in you. But for Him to do that in you, you have to face what? Tests.
Yes.
And the test will be what? Temptation. And what else? Endurance. All to show you what? Loyalty to God. You must let Him know that He can trust you. Look at how Job was spoken of here. Just probably you never read it this way. Now read it.
Amen.
We read Job chapter 1. 6 to 12. Now there was a day when the sons of God, that is angels, representatives, came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came among them. Now at that point in time, this is before the cross of Christ, Lucifer still had access to heaven. So he would always present himself here among the angels as if he still was infected a divine word. But who tell you to lose it anyhow? Now you're trying to get it back by your own, but only with mischief. So you had other angelic representatives came before God with a council or congress, and this is what came among them from the earth. Look at what happens. Verse 7. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Did you see that?
Yes.
That to and fro, up and down means He rules the whole earth. He's in control of everything. So He is saying, well, Lord, I am the representative for the earth. I walk to and fro, up and down in it. I am the one that represents the earth. God saw and trusted Job. Hear what God told you. Verse 8. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job? Did you see that?
Yes.
That there is none like him where? In the earth? A what? Perfect and what? Upright man. Notice the two words together, perfect and upright. One that what? Fearing God and what? Eschewing evil. Did you see that?
Yes.
You imagine God could say that about you? Look, He could have said that about Job. Job had earned the divine trust by years of what? Testing. Testing with regards to what? Temptation and what else? Endurance. And he proved that he was what? Loyal to God because he was full of what?
Faithfulness.
That's right. So you say, well, brother, I haven't been in the Lord long, but at least you can do something now. How long will it take you to show that you really mean business? What do you say? How long will it take you to show that you see this wrong, I really give it up and I don't want to be in it again? How long will it take you to testify of that? When the temptation comes before you, when you live by faith to deal with it. How long will it take? So Job had proven himself. And look, God trusted Job. Watch what he said about it. Verse 9. Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, Does Job fear God for naught? Hast thou not made a hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he had, on every side? Thou hast blessed the works of his hand, the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he had, and he will curse thee to thy face. Did you see what Satan is telling God? Because you bless Job plenty. You see, many times you and I don't understand how our blessing was from the Lord. And sometimes we turn away from a blessing and end up in a curse. It comes back to bite us. And some of us right now are in a cursed situation. Some of us right now are in a cursed situation. And it will come to damage you unless you allow God to get you out of it. What do you see? And God has blessed Job. Plenty cattle. Nice looking children, but they were corrupt. Plenty wealth. And Lucifer is telling God, it's because you're protecting his things that he's serving you, just move them out and he will curse it to your face. But you see, God trusted Job. Big, listen to me. Big, more than global, but universal stakes was upon Job. Poor Job didn't even know the whole universe had a lot staked upon his head. And that is the reason why you think you're this common person here and there, and you do not know sometimes the whole universe is staked upon your head. Why did you think God called you as a know nothing? To make you a know nothing? Do you realize a whole set of things is staked upon your head? Each person is just two steps from the most important persons in the world. And just you being a Christian can work in such a great way you will never know. Only eternity will show it. You see? So poor Job, he didn't even know. He was just going and sit down and eat his food and drink and talk and preach the truth, not knowing that the whole universe is angels, all of them, and Lucifer himself was staked upon his head. And so much that God could trust him. It is almost as if God staked his reputation on Job. Because hear what he said. Verse 12. And Yahweh said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yahweh. So in other words, God said, okay, you know what? All his wealth, I'll put it in your hand. Just don't put your hand on the man's body. But take everything, do everything. And then you know a series of events came upon Job. And those series of events that came upon Job were endurance tests. That's why Job is known for the patience of Job. Did you see that? How much he could endure. And as he endured right through, a series of events that even reached where his wife and all tell him, look at you. Look at these sores on his skin. Look at the stench from your body. Once a great economic giant in the East. Everybody used to look up to you. Plenty wealth, and look at you. No children, no big house, no nothing. You don't even have me. And boy, why don't you just curse God and die? You know what it is for a person to tell you to curse God and die? They have absolutely no care for you. And that's why anybody who wants to think they love woman, who have love and so on, you prove your love for a man or a woman by the faith of Jesus Christ. Amen. By the faith of, if it is not of faith, it is not love. Amen, brethren? That faith and love go to? Yeah. Right. One of them two.
I just want to quote a text from James chapter 5 and verse 11. James 5 and verse 11.
James 5:11.
It says, behold, we count them happy which endure an endurance test. We have heard of the patience of Job and have seen the end of Yahweh, that Yahweh is very pitiful and of tender mercy.
Amen? Okay, sister?
Yes, but you know, to ask the question, right? So are you saying that there are particular trials that comes to us based on one, God we have a divine trust, so God put the trial on us because you know we'll overcome, and then there are times that it will come, but it's to test our faithfulness.
The test that comes to us, right? Are temptations or what? Endurances. Temptations, tests, and endurances. They are to prove to you and I how loyal we are to God, how full of faith we are.
Yes, but you know
now, if you have developed such faithfulness and loyalty to God, you earn God's trust. So that God can now say, whatever temptation I throw at you, keep it loyal to me, He will keep it free. No matter what, how much pressure I put it through, still be loyal to me, He will keep my faith. In other words, the test there. Right? So you're going through tests daily, but it's to earn God's trust. Proving how you could continue and do this and do that and follow Him and so on. To earn God's trust. So that when it comes to you facing a situation and God sends you to handle it, He knows you wouldn't foil it up.
And so keeping you, that's something that happened right now because
when we're dealing with different situations, not every last situation, right? So it will be, watch me, conquering victory. Okay? You're dealing with different situations. But the point about it is, sister, as I'm saying, God must be able to trust you. Is that understood? That's why I'm saying there are some people, let them work to save a person and then ruin the person. They must interpose self. You must be so trusted that if you are sent to do this, you will accomplish it. And you won't ruin the situation with your own self-ishness. Is that understood? Amen, brethren? So now what you can do now is to evaluate what kind of test you had and judge whether it was a temptation test or what? Endurance test or both. And know this one thing for sure. Judge your response and you will know if you prove you will what? Loyal to God or not. Or if you prove you will what? Full of faith or not. And renew yourself if you will not. What do you see? Get back stronger if you will not. What do you see? Learn from your mistakes. Is that understood? Learn from it. And get stronger. What do you see? Because we know one thing for sure. Not all of us will do things A-okay from the beginning. Sometimes some of us will have to go through over and over and over again until we learn. What do you say? But God is patient. Are you? God is patient about you or with you. But are you patient with yourself? When a person turned away from the faith, it wasn't because God wasn't patient with the person, you know. It's that the person wasn't patient with what? Their own self. So they say, no, I can't do that, and I think I'm the two. Or the temptations were alluring. And as the temptations were alluring, they figured they were losing something or being robbed of some pleasure. And whenever they say pleasure, they mean temporary stimulation. Because all stimulations are temporary. There's no eternal stimulation. Or is there? No. It's only temporary. And for that temporary thing, so one of them asks, are you sure you got it right this time? Are you sure you're ready? You see, that's why you go to get baptized. You go to get baptized after you pass a certain precipice. And once you precipice, you won't turn away and leave the faith. So you go to commit yourself to go. If there's some person shaky and they're not sure, don't baptize them yet. Until the person know for sure where they are going. Is that understood? Many people have big accolades to say. There was a person who used to once come and say, but he's a prophet, he's a prophet, he's a prophet. Where is he? Where are they now? Now I'm a heretic. And this is the reason why I'm saying, people will say plenty things, but you need to be sure and still with what you are saying. What did he say? Only after you face tests. Either what? Temptation or what? Endurance. Yes, sir.
So, but I mean, the issue with Abraham, would you put him in those two categories? Test that he faced?
Well, now coming to Abraham, turn to Genesis chapter 18.
So, Brian, going through the same situation over and over, you will call that endurance to maintain faithfulness and loyalty to God?
Alright, let me show you. Now, people are different. Okay? And beautiful question, sister. Beautiful question.
Let's repeat the question.
Alright? Going through the same situation over and over. What test it is? Endurance or temptation? Sometimes it may be what? Temptation mixed with what? Endurance. So if you ask me that, sister, and I'm talking to you, I can tell you one thing for sure. Your Christian purpose is psychologically based. Your Christian purpose. You as an individual, your Christian purpose is psychologically based. You have to handle people's minds and handle it properly. You have to meet troublesome situations and learn to handle it and become strong in handling it. That will only happen sometimes when you face situations personally. Part of it is enduring, but while you're enduring, you're finding umpteen ways to deal with the situation. And you keep your cheerfulness in the truths of Christ.
Amen.
The truths of Christ, they keep your cheerfulness, but watch me. While the situation is bad, sometimes you're angry, sometimes you're unhappy, but you take it and you're still finding a way to deal with it, or finding a way to correct this, applying a situation here and applying a situation here. Afterwards, God will say, okay, I know you will handle that situation, you go and deal with that. You've earned His trust in handling that situation. So He can now send you to do something. If you don't do that, then it will happen that the simplest thing will become big, big problems. And since we all face problems in the world, that will wipe you away. You'll be able to endure nothing. That could be a very bad state of deterioration. And this is the reason why whatever situation you, sister, you are in, is God's providence. Because it will make that beauty of being able to do the will of God be manifested. And even as you look at me with your eyes and I see the other study, motivational believing, that's the other study, taking place in your mind right now, you're already starting much, much different. Much, much better. Yeah? The first stage. Right? Because the next study is motivational believing. Because many people believe, but they don't believe to be motivated by what they believe. So there's a way to believe that makes you motivated by what you believe. Amen? Amen? Okay, so Genesis 18, 17 to 19. Yes, yes, my dear.
I've been hearing so far your song is good, right? But
Pray voice.
okay. So far the sermon is sounding good, but what happened? I didn't hear you mention to pray in our temptation, because many times we are going through our temptation, and mind is something that just want to hold it captive, because at times the thought keep coming over and over, and in order for my victory, what I find the temptation keep coming in here, but it is taking about the person, whoever it is, and I know it is wrong, and I will say, oh Lord, I can't enjoy it anymore, and at that time I will pray and say, Lord, I can't deal with this situation anymore, and that is when I started to get my victory.
Hold on. Don't sit there. Respectfully to all that you said, okay? But I haven't reached there yet. Right. We'll come to that, right? But let me answer a question. Don't sit right here. Alright, so you pray, right? Situation coming, carry on, you pray. What do you get? Do you get relief? What do you get? Do you get relief? Tell me what you get.
Comes to the mind, right?
Yeah, you pray.
Yes. Gradually, as I continue, I'll be praying, but at times it gets the thoughts still coming in, but after that I keep enjoying, I still keep praying and not giving up. And with the help of my mind too, I will try to push the thought away because I know I'm not supposed to be thinking about that person or whatever it is. And then I'll cry to the Lord to help me. Lord, I need your help in this matter because I can't seem to get over the thought or whatever. And then gradually it started to go. I try it and it will work.
Beautiful. Right, so, well, you can say, but I understand what you're talking about. Yours is dealing with thoughts that come in your mind. Right, so here's the reason why you pray. When you pray, usually some people pray and as they're praying and they see the love of God, they get peace. But as you pray, you see the love of God towards you. As you pray, God shows you His love towards you and you pray and you get peace. But you need to go further. We pray for solutions. And praying must be asking God to give you the wisdom to get a solution to the problem. So when you pray and ask God that now, the problem comes the next time, you will find you begin to get understanding of what is going on. Why does the mind slip on certain thoughts? What does it mean to learn to track your thoughts? In fact, the last study here, which I will give at some point in time, is the evil experience of mental switching from God consciousness to sinful imaging. That's the final study here before. You see, what you will learn now is to understand, to track your own thoughts. Many people are not able to track their thoughts. The thoughts happen and the thoughts pass so fast, we don't know what happened to them. But you see, you have to learn to be able to track your own thoughts. So if you pray and ask God to help your thoughts to slow down, that you'll be able to track it. I remember part of my bitter struggle in the past, I say in the past because I no longer have this kind of thought, was to be able to track my own thoughts. Until things started to slow down, and it's like if you take a movie and you put it in slow motion, but the slow motion is your own thoughts. So you see, this caused that, and that caused this, and this caused that, and you see where to hit with that. So that's what your prayer, and that is whoever counsel you or whoever talk to you, must show you how to get your thoughts slowed down. Part of helping your thoughts slow down is when you learn to take your thoughts and judge it with faith. Right? With faith. Right? With faith. Alright? When you judge your thoughts with faith, faith helps slow down your thoughts so you can see it. But you're seeing it in an interpretative way. You're interpreting it, and therefore you know what's going on in your life. Therefore, you learn how to handle it. After all, there's nothing for you. Nothing for you. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing for you. Right? So when you pray for solutions. Prayer must always be for solutions. Amen, brethren? While you pray, give you relief, psychological relief as you do it. It's not enough. Because you're living in a real world and you have to face it afterwards. It's like a person have a pain in your hand and they just rub a solution there and the pain goes. But the pain is going to come back again. So you want a more permanent work. Solution. So you want to know what's the cause of this pain and how can we hit it in the real root cause of it and deal with it. Is that understood? Right? Because there's always plaster and there's always medicine. You catch the difference there? There's always what? Plaster, and then there's what? I know you want what? Amen. So we'll talk more about all of that. Alright? Okay? Right. So we'll come to sister. We'll come to it, right? Beautiful. So let's quickly look at Abraham. Well, somebody sent me a note, and the note asks me, Upon receiving a test over and over, not passing the test, could a person become a reprobate in the process? If it is a test that you're facing, watch me, listen to me. If it is a test that you're facing, and over you're not passing the test, it doesn't mean you become reprobate. You become reprobate with your attitude towards the correction, not the failure in the test. Because the Bible tells you that God is willing to forgive you what? 70 times 7,000 times. So you see, what makes a person become reprobate is not failing in the test. Over and over, most likely a person becomes depressive. And they become fearful they won't be able to make it. And usually they let go of the faith. They let go of the faith. It is no longer evidence to them. And that is why some people backslide or turn away. They say, I do this wrong too much. And I'm a Christian, I'm a hypocrite. Not because you fall over and over, you are a hypocrite. There are reasons why things happen in your life. And you have to learn the reasons why it happened. And when you learn the reasons why it happened and it's handled, voila, you get somewhere. What do you see? And this is the reason why the good thing about this church is, when a problem can be handled, we are willing to handle it. Amen. It's only the unpardonable sin we can't deal with. Not even God can deal with that. Because the unpardonable sin is apostasy from the truth by satanic doctrines. So that every time you get help and the help comes to you, you develop a false doctrine to attack the help. That they can't help. Because anytime you come to help the person, they're sealing themselves away from God. Is that understood, my dear people? Right, so receiving the test over and over, not passing the test, doesn't make the person become reprobate. Becoming reprobate is the attitude towards the truth. Okay, your attitude towards the truth. Most people, they fall back into the wrong over and over again because they lose the evidences of the faith at the moment. The faith and the evidences is in your mind. When you lose those evidences, voila, some kind of thing coming from you, and you go back to it. When you recognize what you did, you're sorry and you want to reverse your step. If you're sorry, forgive you. What do you say? And when he forgives you, he's also going to show you how to handle it. What do you say, brethren? That's the reason I look at this audience here. And when I look at this audience here, I don't see anybody reprobate in the audience. I see people have different levels of problems and different levels of ignorance in handling their own problems. I can see that here, but I'm not seeing anybody here in this audience that are reprobate. There were two persons I see bringing reprobacy upon themselves, which would have spread to others, but we cut that so off before it happened. What do you say, brother? Somebody asked, what if the person is victorious at times and at times fall? Right? What could cause that? Yes, sometimes a person is victorious, sometimes a person fall. All they have to do is to check why they were victorious when they were victorious. And contrast it as why they fell. And you will see what caused it to be victorious and what caused it to fall. But there are ways of handling that. Is that understood? There are ways of handling that could be handled. Right? So I'm not looking at any reprobate person here. Amen, brethren? Amen. Right? But probably I may look at some people who have a bit of depression about themselves and about failure. But any depression you have about yourself and your failure, the sister said something good when she said they pray, they get renewed evidences from God for the while. But you must also look for evidences that handle the thing, okay? Now remember, everything is based upon understanding what faith is, so we're coming to deal with that in a short while. Do you understand so far, brother? Yes. As we're going on, right? So now let's look at Abraham. Genesis 18, 17 to 18. Now this one was about Sodom and Gomorrah. And two angels came down with Jesus in his pre-incarnate form on the earth. And they all came to Abraham's house. You didn't hear that word, eh? They came here to Abraham's house. Are you sure Christ himself could come to your house? You imagine that? Esau knew Abraham. He knew that if he came to Abraham's house, he wouldn't need all kind of hold-downs and all kind of idols going on there. So he could come to Abraham's house and put on a shape and form for a meal because he don't need to eat. Right? So he could do that. So he saw, knew Abraham. Here is what happened. Let's read. Verse 17 to 19. And Yahweh said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation? Did you see what God knew about him? Surely. And all the nations of the earth shall be what? Blessed in him. God knew that this man had so much good sociological and spiritual principles combined together, working in him, that in the future he will become a great man. I will be here talking about him. You will be blessed when you read something in the Bible about him, written years later by Paul and other things. He so knew that because he knew the life Abraham was living. But watch more. Let's read on. Let's read. Verse 19. For I know him, that he will what? Command his children and what? His household what? After him. And they shall what? Keep the way of Yahweh to do what? Justice and judgment. That what? Yahweh may bring upon what? Abraham, that which what? He had spoken to him. Did you see that? Did you see that? That is why you need to earn God's trust. That he can trust you in a situation. Are you understanding what I'm saying? It's like you with some family, you're working for a family. And for years you're doing certain things with them a certain way. So they know if that problem comes, they will call you and you will come and fix the thing. So when they get problems now, they just call you to fix it because you have earned their trust. But what if when they come down, they've got like a bad job and cause trouble? And this is the reason why what God wants you to do is to earn God's trust. He must be able to trust you. So that's why he gives you tests with temptations and what? Endurance for you to prove your own what? Loyalty to him and how much faith you have. Full of faith. Amen? Amen? I know I'm not mashing any code, but you can't say these things out.
So, seeing that God knew Abraham and he knew what she would do, right? When we get temptations, or seeing that he knows us, and if we have a particular temptation to face, would he allow us to face it? If he knows that we will fail or he will hold it back? I think.
Okay, hold on. Probably 1 Corinthians chapter 10. This is what I was now going to touch. And you ask the question in hand with this subject. Explain the scripture, I give you your answer. My dear. Yes. So 1 Corinthians chapter 10, 12 to 14. And when you read this one now, this one refers to the question that the sister in the back there asked with the prayer. Right? Right? That asks with the prayer, you know, when you're facing temptation. Right? So this scripture refers to it now. Let's go. We read now 1 Corinthians chapter 10, 12 to 14. Make sure you have your Bible and you read it. Right? Make sure you read it. Good. We read. Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he what? Fall. Stop here. Did you get what that is showing you? It is showing you sometimes you think you're really standing strong, but you're not able to see certain problems you have yet to handle. So God is saying, be careful While you think you're standing strong, you have problems in you that can cause it to fall. So then what will you make happen? Test. What kind of test? Temptation or what else? Endurance for you to see how what? Loyal you are, and if you are what? Full of faith. Is that understood? Then you will know if you can stand. So read what happens now after this verse. Let's read it again. Let me read the verse again, and then we continue. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as are common to man. In other words, you're not going to be tempted like an angel in heaven was tempted or something so. It's temptations that are common to what? Men, to all men. So God is showing you, listen, the temptation that's going to come to you, it's common to men. Human beings face these things. Let's read on. But God is faithful, who will not allow you or suffer you to be tempted above that you are able. Did you see that? But will, with the temptation, also make a way to escape, that you may be able to what? Bear it. Did you see that, my dear brethren? Did you see that? And verse 14, the summary statement always shows what all temptations or testing is all about. It says here, wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from what? Idolatry. Did you see that? Now let's look at this scripture a little longer now. Yes, my dear.
This is applying to a sinner. This appropriate kind of temptation.
No, this is why I'm saying much. The study we are dealing with is for people who are already Christians. Right? Okay? That's why we're dealing with faith as the central thing. A Christian who possesses faith. Alright, so this doesn't happen to sinners, but I'll tell you what happened to sinners. When sometimes God wants a sinner to become converted, He allows trauma to come upon them because they know some people are difficult. Once everything going good for them, they don't want to hear about God. Once they have plenty money, plenty peace in their neighborhood, and plenty food, and plenty opportunity to gratify their emotions, they don't even want to hear you. So sometimes God put them under trauma, under terrible situations, that they will begin to now seek something they were not looking at all the time. They will seek to get to know Him. But when the trauma He allows to come to them will not consume them. That's why sometimes you see sinners get into real trouble. Trouble that there sometimes it is so bad for them, but in the end they always seem to recover. Why they seem to recover? Because those people there, God put them in a situation for them to get to know Him. Usually many of them doesn't, when they get to know Him, they forget it. But remember, they had their chance. Is that understood? I have seen people eating bad food in the world. Like a woman, love pork, just love it. Pork is not food item, remember that. It's not a food item. It's like if I tell you a cowboy is not a food item, you'll say, of course we know that. And you do not know pork? It's not a food item. It definitely is not a food item. And the woman loves it. And she sits down and she will like a meal with this table. And all the fat from the animal and the fat from the pork is full of diseases, number one. Number two, it plugs your arteries so fast. Stroke, high blood pressure, headaches, all kinds of things wrong. And so the woman gets very, very sick. Because some viruses in the pork start to eat away the woman's intestines. So she gets colon cancer. And it's going and it's going and it's going. So the doctor tells her, listen, you have to become a vegetarian. Telling her, sit down and converted her. You have to become a vegetarian. They told her that. And you have to stop eating pork. No temptation is not chicken or the beef, it's pork. And you have to stop eating pork. So the woman stopped for a while, started to recover in her health. get a little better. So she get a reprieve, at which point in time to know the gospel, that she will be converted. But instead of accepting the gospel, she rejected. And this time the pork in her plate semi-raw. And her face pays up with the fat, all of her mouth pays up because there's nothing. Pays up with. Pays up the face. Like if she suddenly turned some kind of Canaanite scavenger. All the fat on the face and thing, and like when she thinks you have to eat like, you know, you ever see how some animals eat like if you're barking while you're eating? It was disgusting. And let me tell you, within 2 weeks she was dead. The work that stopped for a while, resumed with the cancer, and in 2 weeks she was dead. And it was a terrible death. It wasn't a peaceful death. You know, some people die in peace. Her death was pain and suffering, and they are alive, and the organs are being beaten out. You're facing the pain until it actually kills you. So you die real bad. So that's why when you get a reprieve and you get the chance, develop the faith. What do you say? Amen? You know, some of you may face situations and you get a chance, seize upon it. What do you see? Amen? You know, some people rob themselves of so much happiness, rob themselves of so much peace and happiness, all because of the wrong attitude they have towards the truth. Are you one of them robbing yourself? You think you're going to continue the way? We don't want to make sure every human history is progressive. It's going to get better or worse. It's up to you. Today when you hear his voice, what does the Bible tell you? Okay? So now let's continue now looking at this scripture a little bit more. So the temptations we face are common to all of us. Amen, brethren? So, God allows you to face testing. The testing is a temptation. Common to people. So you face it. As you're facing it, there is a limit to your ability to see and understand the wrong of it. Like for instance, a teenage girl. Affections are usually fluent, can fall anywhere with anybody. Any man comes and claims to be Mr. World, they fall for it. Let's just use that as an example. So here comes a guy, claims he has all the love in the world, and very seductive the way he presents himself, because he has trained with other young girls, and you have recognized you have gotten through, so he's trying with this one now. And God allows the girl to face that temptation. And as she faces the temptation, he wants now to go further. And as he wants to go further, she could either say yes or she could say no. And then God now comes and brings a situation for her to see and discover and say, oh my God, what did I really get myself into? So God didn't leave the temptation just coming full brunt to her. He found a situation to open her eyes to what was going on. Two things she had to say. Let me take my exit what? No. Or further close her mind and go more and then get terribly busy. Terribly busy. So you see, the point about it, my dear brother, is this. God, with the same temptation that you're facing, makes a way out for you because he shows you something about it. And when you see something about it, you can now say, no, I don't want to go through that. With the temptation, he isn't going to take the temptation and stop it full break. So that is not about temptations. Let me show you something. It's like this. If this is going forward, making a way out of the temptation is not God holding it and pulling it back. No. Remember, it is about your choice. And that is why one of these, the study here about motivational believing, and there's another study here, when your will is to do God's will. That's another study here. This one will show you what choice have to do in it. In handling sin, handling wrong. So, watch me now, as the temptation comes, as it comes, God show you something to help you see. But when He show you something to help you see, He's not stopping the temptation for sale. He just show you something to help you make a better judgment. So what you are supposed to do now is to seize that opportunity and say no. That's when the temptation moves. You understand? But He isn't going to stop the temptation and say, oh, let me give them a break. But He's always going to help you by showing you something to make you make a proper choice. What do you say? Helping you in temptation is helping your choice. And it is because many people did not act upon the situation that they could have made a better choice, that they get themselves into trouble. And the trouble is there's a curse waiting to happen. But you know God is great, amen? And He's able to help you out of any situation. Yes.
Yeah, but basically why you're out of the whole thing really? Right, and basically the judge shall live by faith. Because at the end of the day, all those important things will happen. But the real thing is, it's something that you're not supposed to live by. Not talk about the faith. It's something that's not supposed to live by. Which is speculation. Because every temptation come towards it. You see the faith and you like speculation. You start to go on your speculation. But then the real issue here, the whole general issue here is you like to speculate, which makes up all your faults. Because my mind is supposed to be living mind. You know, it's really speculation and makes up skepticism, prejudices, impulsive reaction, whatever wrongs that you like to do. Right? But like besides it.
So turn to 1 Peter 1 and read verse 6 and 7. 1 Peter 1 and verse 6 and 7. That's what I'm urging you to read. Find it out in your Bible and read it. 1 Peter 1 verse 6 and 7. 1 Peter 1 verse 6 and 7. I often say when you know in a nice situation and in a good situation, and you say, why bring trouble upon yourself? Why bring trouble upon yourself? Because some people it's not temptation in it. Some people bring the temptation to themselves. Some people bring the trouble to themselves. And rob themselves of their peace. Who wants to live in a situation where you're trouble and you have no peace? You can't even sleep in peace. Why bring it to yourself? Why bring it to yourself? But you see, some people, let me tell you something. When you look at this scripture, you see how wicked human beings are. How terrible human beings are. We are very bad to ourselves in it. We are very bad to ourselves. We cause many of the problems we face here. But watch this scripture here. Let's look at this scripture. 1 Peter chapter 1. And we will look at verse 6 and 7. Yes.
You said that people that bring him on the
yeah.
One of the thoughts that strike my mind here is that we don't have people that travel thousands of miles across the globe. Some people in bringing problems to themselves. What came to my mind is that there are people who travels thousands of miles across the globe to go for bull to run them down to Buddha. No, think about it. I mean, they are not converted, but they just show you how human beings are, how they are made up. People go just be adrenaline rush to go and run in front of a lot of wild bull, running them down. Some of them get bored, porn, that they are not in the hospital where money and people they bring in the trouble upon themselves. I guess that just strike my mind to show how human beings really and truly are made up. So if you put a sign, do not enter, it is not sell, some people want to read it. Do not enter, that means to them enter. Some people driving, they see amber light, they start to speed up. That is how human beings are. Instead of just slow down. So really and truly, brother, we are made up in such a way we really have to be careful how we approach life in children.
How about the two Adventist girls? Mother begged them, don't go to this this kind of show they were having in a school. Mother begged them, don't go this Sunday. No, in Trinidad. And they decide to go. And they're going home. The uncle is carrying them home. And I happen to be right behind the uncle's car. You see like about to the wall there. And some guy in a Rasta, some Rasta guy, driving a car, hit the vehicle from behind by mistake. Hit the gas tank. And the car exploded in fire. I was in time when I looked passing by into the car, one of them hands just so burned to death like that. Just as she raised up her hand to scream, she stopped right so she get burned just so. So you see now the finger burned out and everything. The other one, she's on the road, sitting on the uncle, pull her out. He has no skin on his hands. He walking up and down the road like if he just crazy, going mad, up and down. And she, from here, upward, all the skin blew off. One breast is like that size, swell with the heat. And she only keep looking at herself and throwing up her hand and screaming. Looking at herself, throwing up her hand and screaming. Right on the ground. And I passed to see all of that. You can imagine how I felt sick. And you know if they had listened, you know that wasn't going to happen. They went. It's because the Rasta guy jumped out of the car and run in a river boasting what he did. The bouncer car, you can't catch a fire, you're boasting about it. It's a good thing he boasts because the police knew and they held him. That's right. But the point you're looking at here is look at how terrible it is. That's why sometimes today when you hear the right voice telling you what to do, follow. Amen, brother? They could have been alive. The other one, 2 days later she died in the hospital. Too much burns all over her body. Right? You see? First time I ever see anything like that in my life. It very shook me. Just as she screamed and raised her hand, so that's how she nailed it. Just like that. And passed enough to sleep like that. Burned to death in the car. Just my dear baby. 1 Peter 1, 6 and 7. Let's look at it. Watch this one now. Watch what this is telling you now. Read it for yourself with your eyes. It says, wherein you greatly rejoice, though now for a season if need be. Ye are in what? Heaviness. Through manifold what? Temptation. So for a season you're happy, and then the next season, plenty temptations and you're in heaviness. That's why sometimes a lot of temptations take you one after the other, after the other, after the other. But God knows why. You don't worry. If you're a Christian, don't worry. Now here's the reason why the manifold temptations take you. Let's read. That the trial of your faith being what? Much more precious than what? Than gold that what? Perisheth, though it be tried with what? Fire, might be found unto what? Praise what? And honor and what? And glory of what? And the appearing of Jesus Christ. Now let's just stop here and look at this for a while. Gold is something, when you burn the gold in fire, it burns out the dross or the impurity in the gold and make the gold shine and move bright. But gold itself can be burnt up by fire. That's why in Sodom and Gomorrah they find gold powder. Literally and literally. The gold that the Sodomites had here, so it turned to powder with the heat that burned it. So you see, gold itself can be destroyed. It perishes also, right? Yeah. But you're being told the child of your faith is more precious than that gold. Much more precious. That's why all that manifold testaments come to you. It may be health related. Or it may be people in your environment. But it comes to you because it is much more precious than even gold. So you need constant testing after testing after testing, temptation after temptation to try your faith. to see if you're what? For you to know if you're what? Full of faith. When you see yourself lacking faith in certain areas, quickly take up your scriptures and gather faith for that. So come like, for instance, you face 10 problems, and you had faith to deal with 7. But you know by the time the 8th one comes, you're kind of out and you can't handle it. Take your scriptures, get faith to deal with that. The 9th one comes, get faith to deal with that. 10th one comes, get faith to deal with that. What do you say? So what you have done, you've strengthened your faith and become more faithful by the temptation. Is that understood, my dear brother? And this is the reason why temptations here, we're talking about people who love the truth and who want to get somewhere. If you don't want to get somewhere, what I am saying will mean nothing to you. It won't help you. But if you want to get somewhere, and the good thing about it is that this church has the genuine understanding of how these things are to be handled, and the genuine understanding of the faith of Jesus Christ, so that you could really get the help. And that's the reason why you're in a church that has the ability, avail yourself with the help. What do you say? Don't let it pass you by. So this one shows us that tests and temptations that God allows to come with us to encourage us to exercise faith. It is to encourage us to exercise faith to establish in our minds if we are faithful enough to keep the law of God and not sin anymore. So you need to find out if you are faithful enough. And that's the reason why if you find out I'm not so faithful, get more faith. What do you see? Is that understood, my dear brother? Watch this. Somebody call me? Yes, my dear.
I just want to share a text pertaining to what Brother Medina is showing that what the faith works in order for us to get the hope of which is Christ, right? It's Romans 5:1 to verse 5.
Alright, as you read that one, you go one time to endurance. So that's what that scripture shows. Just look at that one.
Alright. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. Verse 2 says, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of God. And not only so, but we glory in tribulation also, knowing that tribulation will get patience.
Endurance. Tribulation will get what? Endurance. That's what the word patience and endurance. Go ahead.
And verse 4, and patience, experience, and experience hope.
Right, so endurance, after you endure a while, you have experience.
Amen.
And when you have experience in something, you have hope.
Amen.
Why you have hope? Because the experience shows, this is something to do with that, this is something to do with this. You see, so patience, after faith, after you have this endurance, if you for a period of time, facing trials, you get experience in handling it. But once you have experience in handling it, you have hope.
I just read 5 and finish, right?
Yes,
showing us hope, right? And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Spirit, which is given unto us.
Amen. Amen. Hope maketh not ashamed. Why? Because the love of God was spread abroad in your heart at the beginning, when you were justified. That's how you can imagine what? Endurance. Okay? Now to add to that scripture, go to 1 James, to James chapter 1:7. Verses 2 to verse 4. To add to that scripture. Again, there is a reason why I have endurance tests. Is it found? We read verse 2 to verse 4. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into what? Different temptations. Did you see that? Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh what? Endurance. Now look at verse 4. But let endurance have her what? Perfect work, that you may be what? Perfect and what? Entire. What else? Wanting nothing. That's what happens when you learn to endure. So, in other words, this whole thing shows us learn to endure. Take it. Endure it. After a while, you become perfect. Not only do you become knowledgeable to face the situation, so you have hope, but you become perfect in your ways in handling it. And this is the reason why endurance is one of the tests that we face from God. Is that understood, my dear brother? You ask how to face and how to endure things. You always endure, watch me, you are able to endure by what you call growing faith. By what you call it? Growing faith. As you face the situation, just make sure your understanding of the Word of God grows. Once your understanding of the Word of God grows in the situation, then you will be able to endure. What do you see? So endurance happens with growing faith. Now we say, brother, all these things seem so difficult. You know, it's not really difficult. All you need to do, for your mind to learn something, you just have to keep your mind on it. And I know people who come here, their mind has nothing like spiritual things in it. I know they can find almost any scripture and explain it in the Bible. And they learn very fast. They learn very fast. So the point about it is, it's not that it's hard. Give yourself a chance. Is that understood? That's what I'm saying. God enjoying for you, but you don't want to endure for your own self. Endure for yourself. And remember, growing faith helps you endure. What did I just say? Growing faith helps you endure. Right? The faith of the growing. Faith to endure. Is that understood? Because in enduring, you're facing different situations. You need faith to face those different situations. And that's why some of you need to eat properly. But you don't have enough energies in your body. Your body energy weak. So that's why when it comes now to enduring with the revealed truths of the mind, you faint. So eat properly, what do you say? Amen? That's why in this church we are vegans. That's why we don't eat meat. Meat doesn't make you stronger, meat makes you weaker. I remember they put me through all that test, working in Allsales there when I used to be there in that place. All these strong guys and them saying, well, we eating meat, and look at you, you only eating bush, they say. You know? And they both said they were stronger than me. And I took them to the test. What do you say? And not only win, but prevail greatly over them. What do you say? From that time, no man gave me any trouble about my vegan diet. All the meat they had, the brother endured much better than them. What do you say? So, if you hear about being a vegan here, it's for your own benefit. What about the taste of meat? If you were to eat it raw, you'd vomit. There's only the seasoning you like. So you season up the fresh thing, and because the fresh thing is seasoned up, your stomach will take it. And then you find it tasting as well as the seasoning. But take something else and use the same seasoning and eat it. What do you say? You can take carrots and make it taste like meat. Amen? So somebody asked this question in Hebrews 6:15. Seeing as endurance equals patience, is the Bible re-emphasizing our endurance in faith? Hebrews 6:15. Okay. I'm not surprised. That's the exact scripture I'm going to now. So tell Hebrews 6:15. Hebrews 6:15. Yes.
Just before you read the text, right?
Yeah.
I I just wanna share something. I know the brethren won't be able to see it, right? But someone sent me a picture here, Sister Anja particularly, right?
Yeah.
About a little child that that type of fish they call tilapia. I don't know tilapia fish, right? And if you see how it damages child face, all the eyes and so on, if you look at it there, you'll see it. All the mouth and so on, very, very terrible. So as you mentioned that we are vegans, brethren, let us really appreciate the fact that we are vegans and we'll be eating no kind of meat at all. Right?
Amen. Amen. Usually person say, well, I won't get damaged like that. Not all damage is the same. The damage that may be in you, you may not see it until later. And then you run to the doctor. When you run to the doctor, you just put pills in your mouth. It doesn't help. Amen, brethren? And I always remember when we can have a study about this, how we could use a vegan diet to overturn many diseases and many sicknesses. How you can use it to overturn those things. How you can use it to reverse many sicknesses. Okay? We can show that how you can use it to reverse many sicknesses. So we can have a study about that soon. Now quickly, look at Hebrews 6:15 first. Read it. And so after he had what? Patiently what? Endured, he obtained what? The promise. Did you see that? Only after he what? Patiently endured, he obtained what? The promise. Now here is what I'm trying to show in this one. Sometimes testing is also for the sake, tests are also for the sake of building endurance in us so that we will not easily give up when we are under pressure. But not just only that. Sometimes endurance is all we need before we come to see the success in God working things out for us. Hence He allows us to face the tests of endurance. So sometimes God allows you to face the test of endurance. And as you're facing the test of endurance, you figure you're not going to get anywhere. But God is just allowing that. All you need to do is to endure and you will see He will work everything out. So just be patient. Just wait. And this is what this scripture here shows us. Is that understood, my dear brethren? Look again at James 5, 10 and 11. James 5, 10 and 11. Is it found? We read verse 10 and verse 11. Observe. James 5, 10 and 11 tells us, take, my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of Yahweh, for an example of suffering what? Affliction and of what? Patience. Behold, we count them happy which what? Endure. You've heard of the patience of Job and have seen the goal of the Lord, that the Lord is very what? Pitiful and of what? Tender mercy. So in other words, be like the prophets, endure and see the end. And in the end you'll see the mercifulness of God towards you. You will see Him work in your favor. Is that understood? And this is why I'm trying to tell you, you know what it means to be a Christian? Just keep the faith. You don't give yourself the faith. Justification, which is God's word, give you the faith. All you have to learn is to keep the faith under different circumstances. You keep it under temptation, you keep it by what? Enduring. Just keep the faith. That is all what God does. And God hands you something until you keep it. Keep it at all costs. That's right. Keep it at what? All costs. That's what He does. And why does He want us to keep the faith? Because that's what will save you in the end. Is that understood, my dear brethren? Now watch this again. Watch this again. Let us look at Hebrews chapter 6 again. Hebrews chapter 6. You see, endurance, watch me. If you learn to endure, it seals you in the faith. Some of you say, oh Lord, I want to be sealed to be among the 144,000. What do you think endurance does? It is endurance that causes you to be sealed. You want to be sealed, then have endurance. So those who want to be sealed, to be among the 100,000, just endure. Because enduring with the faith of Christ in your mind seals you. Let's just look at Hebrews 6:12 first of all. Quote. It tells us, read, that ye be not what? Slothful, but what? Followers of them who through what? Faith and patience, which is endurance, what? Inherit the promises. Why you inherit it? Because it is the true faith and what? Endurance, you inherit the promise. Because through the faith that you keep, and by enduring, you're sealed. And that's how come you inherit the promises. Right? Alright, so a sister from St. Vincent wants me to read James 1:13. Sister Renica, Anicia, Lunacia. James 1:13. Let's look at James 1:13. James 1:13. I knew somebody was going to read this scripture. Now let me just tell you this. When you come to this scripture in James here, this is not speaking about external temptation. This is speaking about internal temptation. When in your own self, what is in your mind and in your feelings tempting you. When that happens, you sin already. That's why this scripture is saying this. Let's read it. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempt he any man. Read on. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own what? Lust and what? Enticed. So this temptation here is not external temptation. This is where? Internal temptation. So a person getting a problem with some problem in your mind or some problem in your flesh. That is an internal temptation. Once you have internal temptation, you've sinned already. You see, this temptation that is not sin, is any temptation is external to you. So this one is speaking about internal temptation. God doesn't give you internal temptation. It's not God making what is in you cause you not get trouble. It is because you didn't keep yourself in the faith that internal temptation comes. But we are not talking about this here. Internal temptation. However, when you get internal temptation and you're in wrong, ask God to justify you and He will restore you again. Amen? When He restores you in justification, that internal temptation goes. So now you can start now keeping away the temptation from coming back into it. Amen? And do it as long as you need it. But that's not what we are talking about today. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Let me just give you an illustration here, right? You have a chart for before. Alright, let's just look at something here. Don't make it move so Jewish. Okay, now let's just look at something here. This is the mind. Okay? And the mind controls the action. So let me just show you the action. Alright, so here the person is moving your hand. Okay, the moving your hand. This is the action from the mind. Okay? So, he's not supposed to be doing this. By doing this, he's assaulting somebody. Let's assume. Okay? He is doing this because of what is in his mind. That thing in his mind is the temptation that is telling him to insult or to assault the person. That what is in his mind is telling him to what? Assault the person. He's being tempted from within. From within his mind. His mind is pushing him to do the wrong. God doesn't give us that temptation. That's what the Bible is telling you. So he's going to assault somebody. And that is based upon what is in his mind. He's being tempted in his mind. We are being told, when you tempt, you are drawn away with your own what? Lust and what? Entice. Your own lust for certain things entice you to do this. Now the temptation God allows us to face is external. What's the external temptation?
Yes.
Somebody presents money there. Okay? It isn't from what is within him he's getting this temptation. This is an external what? Temptation coming to his mind. But before he accepts the temptation in his mind, he looks at it. You understand? So this temptation is external. Now, the other one was from within his mind, causing him to do certain things. This one is from outside of him, telling him, bring this inside. Bring this external temptation in your mind now. Get covetousness here. That you will go and take this. So you have external temptation and internal temptation. The scripture referred to here by the sister in St. Vincent is dealing with internal temptation. Many people say God doesn't do that. It's your own problem that caused that. When that happens, you need justification. And that justification restores you again. That now you can deal with external what? Temptation. You get that way? That's right. So you have to judge yourself and see if your temptation is external or internal. Mind you, internal temptation is always about, usually about the flesh, passions, certain wrongs that you used to do in the past that you haven't properly destroyed in your understanding. You understand? So you remember, and when you remember, remembrance is not the sin. But when you begin to lust after it in your mind, then you are tempted inside to be drawn away. But here you see it here, and he's pointing and saying, you see that? I don't want that. That's what he's saying here. You see? From the external temptation. He's so angry. Okay? So he's not being right. So he's angry, but the anger is not a bitter anger. He's still smiling. Not that. Don't want that. You get the idea, right? Right.
Then you only take, then you only solution for both. If one is out, if one temptation, the temptation is one allow outside to come, that is speculation from without coming towards it, and you can reject it. That means internal temptation will be speculation from within, based on ignorance, and again, everything gets up in the mind. Right? Okay. So the real thing is, in two scenarios, you always have to be consulting the faith to close the gap, right? To cancel any form of speculation and the want to whatever knowledge you get from the faith. Over and over and over, only just shall live by faith. But then you find yourself warrior, and then you find yourself faithful, you pull out faith. Because once you get that revelation, by consulting the faith, that means you get more faith, making you faithful. You know, and you live by it.
Amen, amen. Okay, so the same sister wants us to read this scripture. But this scripture is one of the scriptures I was to read now. So let's read it now, James 1 and verse 12. We read this already before, but let's read this again. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. There you have the word endurance and temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life which the Lord had promised to them that love him. But here is the real scripture we want to read. The real scripture that shows us the value of endurance. The real scripture. Turn with me to 2 Timothy chapter 2. We will read verse 3 and verse 10. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3 and verse 10. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. Thou therefore, what are we told to do here? Endure what? Hardness as what? of Jesus Christ. Did you see that? Endure hardness as a what? Good soldier of Jesus Christ. That's what we've been told. Endure hardness as a good soldier. So just endure. What do you say, brethren? Amen. Amen, brethren? Amen. That's what we're being told. Endure the hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. So go down to verse 10. Paul says, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Jesus Christ with what? Eternal life. So when you endure as a minister of the gospel, you're enjoying for people to be saved. Is that understood? That's why one of the worst things is an impatient minister. An impatient minister can't take any, can't enjoy anything. When you want to be a minister of the gospel, you have to be what? Patient. You have to endure for people's what? Salvation. Now one last thing again. Revelation 13:10. Watch this one. Revelation 13:10. Revelation 13:10. Let's read. Revelation 13:10. We read. He that leadeth in the captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Don't forget that part. Here's the part. Here is the what? Patience and what? The faith of what? The faith. Did you just see that here? This just shows us that endurance goes with faith. This means to say that once you have endurance, it increases your what? Faithfulness. And that's why we are saying you need to have endurance. So any of you in here that feels that you're facing trouble or if some problem is persistent, just endure. Endure and build your faith. Amen, brethren? Amen, brethren? Amen. Endure and build your faith. Okay? Now, our next study is going to take us into a long discussion. Let's just turn to the next chart. But we have to close off in not too long a while. Our next study deals with motivational believing, which we are going to be talking about soon. Motivational believing. Motivational believing is to be straight. You must have two motives in your mind. It is to obey God's commandments, and it is to preserve the obedience you already have. Motivational believing. Now we have to discuss this. We're going to be discussing this. What we have seen before, in summarizing it, watch this again. Tests are two. It is what? Temptations and what? Endurance. It is for the sake of proving your what? Loyalty and making sure you're what? Full of faith. That's the reason why I endure by the grace of God. Okay? So let us stand, please. Okay, my dear brethren, I hope you all understood, right? Okay? So let us bow heads, so let us pray. Gracious, loving Father, we thank you for showing us the truths that you did, the things that we learned, because we have understood much better now that we are facing tests, which is made up of temptation and endurance. Please help us to learn to face these external temptations with faith and to show that we will be loyal to you and to show that we are full of faith. Please also help us to endure the things that we face, knowing that endurance will seal us in the faith of Jesus Christ and cause us to be saved eventually. So help us to take these things clear, that we may follow you, and that we may do that which is right in your sight. These mercies we ask of you, and thank you for hearing us and blessing us. Amen.